This is the fan-fic shop, no?
Camera angle screwed up.
I am indeed the co-owner, along with Walton Simons. Will there be anything else?
Let me end this conversation so I can get the camera right.
If you come back tomorrow, I'll prepare some more answers for you.
Alright. Maybe I will. Take care.
Let's try this again.
I want to ask you some questions.
Of course. I'll always help one on the way to enlightenment. Was that too cliche?
Okay, this guy has tons and tons and tons of background on Deus Ex fiction. I think a lot of this comes from the developers themselves, and it's pretty amazing how much background material there was for the game.
AI is an artificial intelligence, more specifically
let's talk with him for a little bit.
It is important
I'm not going
to
to run through this whole conversation.
Use the actual definition of artificial intelligence. The Greys qualify, but the Oracle doesn't. Artificial just means something created by man, and intelligence is intelligence. So technically, anything genetically engineered that is intelligent is artificial intelligence, whereas an electronic entity that gains sentience without the help of man would not be an AI. In the game, and indeed the world, the term AI is used to mean electronic sentience. The game employs about 6 electronic sentient entities. I say about 6 because one was cut, but it is possible that it still played an important role in the backstory, meaning it is twice removed from the game. I can tell you about that one, as well as Helios and the Oracle. Walton specializes in the 3 remaining AIs. So, what do you want to know?
Well, why can't you tell me about the others?
Tell me about the others.
When Walton and I started this shop all those somethings ago, we knew that people would come in here asking about artificial intelligence as it appears in Deus Ex. In the game, there are 5 AIs. 5 is a prime number. It can't be divided. Thus, we were left with a problem. However, in the remove plot, there is a 6th. In addition to being a first-degree non-prime, 6 has another thing going for it. One of its factors is 2.
Get to the point.
As there were 2 of us, we each decided to specialize in 3 of the AIs. Walton is the person to ask when talking about Icarus, Daedalus, and Morpheus.
Alright.
Okay, so let me ask you about one of the AIs you can tell me about.
Of course. Which one?
Tell me about the one they removed. This is interesting.
The removed AI is known as Ada. Ada is an AI that lives on the moon. She wanted to become benevolent dictator of Earth. Before the moon base was cut out of the game, JC was going to go there to stop her.
So if she was cut along with the moon level, how do you know about it?
Ada was mentioned as a footnote in the Deus Ex Bible. The footnote said, no, the Deus Ex 1 design included a mission to a space station, followed by a mission to the moon base. The objective was to stop Ada, an AI that wanted to become benevolent world dictator. Obviously, some of that content was folded back into the game in a slightly different way. Obviously, that isn't the most informative thing. Helios wanted to become dictator, so I assume that was the folding back in. But Helios was going to use Aquinas. Ada had no such tool.
What can you tell me about Ada?
Tell me about Ada.
That depends on whether you want fact or theory.
Let's go on fact.
Then I can't tell you anything else. The footnote is the only piece of solid fact we have to go by. Fact in the sense that it comes straight from the development team of Deus Ex.
Alright, let's hear theory.
Right. Let me hear what theories you have about Ada.
Okay, first I have some theories about her creation. Ada was on the moon. One would assume that she was at the only moon base we are told exists. It is owned by the Chinese government, and the machinery was built by McMoran Global Steel. McMoran is a rival of Page Industries to the point that Page went so far as to attempt a hostile takeover. The fact that Page fails means McMoran has a lot of power. Now, say for a moment that someone were to come up to McMoran and tell them that Page had the most advanced AI in existence. In fact, as far as they know, the only one in existence. Wouldn't McMoran want it? Of course, who could know that?
Yeah, this guy goes on and on and on.
Who could help them make it? Well, in the intro,
lots of theories about fiction.
Electronic sentience is far superior to X-51's, but in the game we never see X-51's electronic sentience. Where did it go? The answer to that question could explain another important question about X-51. Where did they get the money for Vandenberg? If X-51 approached McMoran with a proposal to sell them an electronic sentience stolen from Page, they might be given enough money to buy Vandenberg. That would explain a lot about X-51 and Ada. As for why she's on the moon, I've got an idea on that. The moon is a place that will be hard to spy.
I suppose so.
You make a good point. I wish some of this had made it into the game, at least in the form of some data cube text or something. But I do wonder, what were Ada's plans?
The moon base is a mining complex. They shoot the shipments back to Earth with something called a mass driver. The first time it was used, the shipment crashed into a populated area, Ibadan, Nigeria. Even though it impacted on the outskirts, it killed over 2,000, perhaps quite a bit over. There's really no way to know what happened. Was it an error? That's what we're told, but seldom is what we're told correct. That was an odd sentence. It might have been an MJ-12 plot, at once discrediting McMorrin, who built the mass driver, and giving the UN access to Nigeria, which houses one of the few remaining pockets of freedom. It might have been an act of the Chinese government, which was arguing the moon rights with Nigeria. This relates to Ada in a very...
Blah, blah, blah,
The
blah.
mass driver is something that can shoot death out of the sky. She might have been able to rule the world just by threatening to destroy any city that opposed her. After a dozen or two cities, Earth might well surrender to her rule.
Let me ask something else.
Okay, let me ask something else.
More. Security clearances, state of the world.
Tell me about the state of the world.
The world is a big place.
So, if we want to go through this whole tree, he could tell us about what's going on in the background story and all parts of the world. I don't want to go through this.
Big,
It's
huh?
a little long. Maybe I'll come back
Not
to
that
it
much
later.
time. Let me ask you something else.
But, there's about 15-20 minutes of dialogue
Never
with this
mind.
guy. I
I'll
think.
get going now.
There's a ton.
Goodbye.
And it's all just details about Deus Ex background. Where are we? Let's go up here. Let's go meet that commando-looking dude standing there.
You there! Halt! What do you want?
Is this the Llama Temple?
Yes, it is. And no, you can't come in.
Why not?
All access to the temple is currently restricted due to a crisis at WorldCorp HQ. One of our most highly decorated holy warriors is in a bit of trouble, and we can't let anybody in before the situation has been resolved.
But I was sent by PDX to investigate the recent moderator kidnapping.
Is that so? Then you must be Trescon.
Yes.
That's right. May I come in now?
Absolutely not. But you can help me with
Ah.
something. I'll pay handsomely.
Yes, I would love
To
to.
the tune of what?
380 credits.
That is indeed very handsomely, if you want me to pick up your groceries.
Come on.
It is all that I am at liberty to offer you.
That's pretty good
One of
money.
our temple guards was recently ambushed and captured by a group of goat heretics. I know exactly where they're holding him for interrogation, and I would be perfectly capable of blasting all of them into oblivion, if not for the fact that I'm under strict orders not to leave my post before the crisis at WorldCorp is settled. Imagine my frustration.
I see your problem. So you want me to rescue this temple guard for you?
Yes, I will give you 380 credits in return, my entire allocated hostage rescue budget for the month of September.
You have a budget for that.
Of course, abduction is a favorite strategy of the goats, but don't tell our scouts.
I'll get your man for you.
Well, I'll get your man for you.
Good. He's being held for interrogation in the condemned apartment to the southwest, across from the theme restaurant. You'll recognize
I know where that is. I'm gonna go rescue the guy soon after this. I gotta take care of something first.
To vandalize that.
Anything else you can tell me?
No, that should be all the information you need. I would be greatly pleased if you would wipe the floor with the blood of those kidnapping bastards, but you won't get a bonus. Just get our man out of there and the money will be yours.
Alright. I've got a way to get some better weapons. And I think I'm going to be able to get away with this. And this method is called shooting this guy in the back of the head. Let me save first. Well, probably that big guard in front can hear me if I shoot him there. But there's another guy back here who I think has a shotgun or maybe even an assault rifle. Yes, he's got an assault rifle. Thank you for the assault rifle, sir. I want that shotgun that that chick out in front had. She's got a pump shotgun, if I remember right. There she is.
Are you a llama? Why are you wearing that?
How dare you? I'm gonna pay for that. I don't have room to pick up the shotgun. I'll need to rearrange some stuff, play some Tetris here. Let's use the recoil mod on the assault rifle. Or should we use it on the pistol? Well, I don't know. You don't really need a whole lot of recoil mod, but the assault rifle is better for, I think. So we're going to use it on the assault rifle. And we'll save the reload mod. I'm not really sure what to use that on, because even the fast reload in this game is kind of slow. Get out of here. Ah, now we've got ourselves a good shotgun. Let's put our charger right there. There's one more guard around here. Sorry, I just shot one of your dudes in the back of the head, my friend. Got myself some more buckshot. Let me see. Got myself some ammo for this thing. Good to have. I'm probably not going to use that weapon long term. But it'll be nice to have till I can get something better. Let's go rescue a hostage. Of course, I don't really need to do this now. I've got 1,700 credits. Well, I'll be up over 2,000, I think, by the time I'm done with this rescue. While we're passing by, let's stop in here to look into that, getting that free subway pass.
Hey, Truscon. I'm the guy who used to work for Scara. The receptionist should have the login for the laptop. It has recording instructions on it. They'll cover everything. I should mention that you have to submit your HUD codes for it to play. If you're worried about your privacy, you might want to just buy a pass, I guess.
So let's go look at what's going on.
Welcome back, Truscon. An associate of mine would like you to use that laptop behind me. The username is NVSTemp, and the password is superfluous.
NVSTemp, password superfluous. Okay, so it looks like what I have to do to get the free pass is submit the codes for my HUD, and I assume that gives Scara access to everything I do in C. And I'm not sure I want to do that, so I think I'm gonna give up on that free pass. Actions have consequences here. Ooh. There's the condemned buildings. The hostage will be around here somewhere. Let's load up our weapon. Anything behind this building that's interesting? I think that the stash that I found out about in that note is up there. I think that's it. I'm not positive about that, though. I don't know where else it could be. But if it is up there, then I'm going to need some kind of mod to get up there, because I can't stack stuff all the way up there. And I would need a strength mod to be able to move something like that. So maybe it's just not in the cards.